Okay, y'all remember this one? Maybe not. I talked about it a little bit in one video one time because people were kind of bringing it up because electronic vehicles coming out. There's electronic boats. Well, what we're looking at here is what they have to offer, right? They look really small. This one on the left, I was like, I don't know, it looks pretty tiny. I thought that was like an 18 footer, 22 footer, I don't know. But in reality, this is actually a little bit bigger than that, I think. This thing, I was like, it's just hard for me to get excited about that little thing. Maybe a little stroll around the lake or like a golf course thingy. I don't know. But this thing looks a little bit bigger than I was used to. You got the inboard version. I didn't remember seeing the inboard version, but then check this out. Check out what has just been released. We got a big old beef daddy here. 180 horsepower E-Motion electronic, the world's most powerful electric outboard engine with an impressive range. Be one of the first to experience the industry game-changing outboard by pre-ordering today. Outboards are getting more popular. Inboards are basically the engine and stuff is like held inside the hull of the boat. We're talking about like this we're talking about. Okay, well this is one of these, but it's even bigger. And this is how the new cool kids are doing it. How? Things like this, you basically put them on the back. So like all the old cigarette boats and stuff, this is how they would roll, right? You just stick two of them on the back and you're faster than Hades. Fastest Hades? I don't know, hottest Hades? Maybe that's what I was looking for. Here's the new one. This is getting revealed this weekend. And here's one of the boats. This one actually looks a little bit bigger than I was thinking. I don't know. It reminds me of like an old like wood boat, So still, I'm like, okay, this is still like those small wood boat kind of little cruisers are still super niche. Like they just don't sell a lot. The super rich Kennedy family type of people drive these around the East Coast, Vermont, I don't know. Vision Marine is gearing up to unveil its superlative E-Motion, fully electric powertrain matched with iconic Bruce 22. Maybe it is a 22-foot boat at the Lake of the Ozarks shootout. If you don't know what that is, it's a big, huge, awesome boat show in the Ozarks. Y'all ever been to the Ozarks before? It's absolutely crazy. It's cool. But this is going to be massive. When I saw this, I was like, okay, this is a game changer because you can take this platform and put it on basically any boat. Now, I was so excited right away, I called the company, right? I was like, how do you get one? Can I get a kit? How do we do this, right? Right away, basically what he's saying is they're going to sell to OEMs, which is probably a smart move, right? They're going to get into some OEMs. That way they build easy trust, right? Through the social branding that's already there. So if it's already on a brand that everybody knows and that brand is trusting these guys, it's going to be a way lot easier to sell these after the fact that other brands have already taken them on, right? So it's probably a smarter move. They were also talking about how, they're getting orders in the thousands versus one here, one there, one here, one there. I get it. So they're selling thousands of times. That means that's some pretty darn good sales going on. Okay. The big deal about this, though, is this is a lot of horsepower for what it is. It's only 180 horsepower. They're actually going to be making bigger ones. I'm going to go through my notes that I took, but here's this big, and it looks like carbon fiber to me on there. Super sweet. So the ticker that this is about is VMAR, Vision Marine Technologies Inc. Have you heard of it? So again, when this was first brought to me, it was also, new IPO. So how I feel about new IPOs, most of the time they do what? This. Okay. They usually tank about like 20 to 40, 30% right away, maybe up a little bit, and then tank 20, 30, 40, then they consolidate. Well, this thing just kept going down, which sucks if you bought right away, but look where it's at now. So IPO'd at like $14 flat, and you can get it less than half off right now. We're talking about 55% off and a cool factor. I'm all about it. Not only that, look at what I see right here. Do you see this? A market cap of $49.6 million. Dude, most of the time people bring up like penny stocks to me. They might have like a small looking price because it will be like 5 cents a share or something. But then you go look at the market cap and it's already at like 500 million or 280 million, and it's like for a complete shady company, no product. They're planning on doing stuff. They actually don't have anything. There's 2 billion shares. Look at this thing though. It may be $6.17. You're like, that's kind of high. No, it's not. $49 million market cap, which is nothing. Shares outstanding. Are you ready for this? 8 million. That's it. 8 million shares. There are no options on this, but however, it is on the NASDAQ. So once we start getting volume through this thing, you're probably going to get options, which is another catalyst to make this thing start popping, right? But look at today. Today was a heavy day. I didn't see any reason why this should have been going down, but it was. Who knows? But it was down like 14.66% today. With a volume of 480,000 though today, which is big for this small of a market cap company, and it's real. I like little penny stuff that are real companies. This is a real deal Hollywood. Anyways, talk to the head investor relations guy. He's all about it. He's excited. It was infectious how excited he was. I was excited, but talking to him, he made me more excited. Get this though. 60 to 65 miles an hour is how fast that boat's going. That's fast on a boat, dude. 60 to 65. Like 50 on a jet ski feels pretty fast, but 60 to 65 on a boat, man, you're rocking. It's at about 70 miles to charge, so that's a long time. So you can go 70 miles without having to charge it, dude. Most boat trips are probably like 5 miles or under for people, you know. This isn't something you're going to want to take from like Miami to the Bahamas and back, okay? But this is like, dude, for like lakes and stuff, or people that just like hang out in the Gulf, like, you know, even like Texas or Pensacola area or whatever, and all the lakes. And I think this would be great for like tourism stuff, even in tropical places, because 70 miles is a long way. Even like Mexico cruise stuff, that's a long time. And he's saying that's on an 18 to 26 foot boat. So, you know, if you go up to a bigger boat, it's going to take more power to get that thing going. Totally makes sense. 26 foot boat though, you can fit like 15-ish people pretty comfortably. Not, I would say comfortably, but maybe 12 comfortably. It's a lot of people though. He's saying that you can compare this thing to a 200 horsepower ICE, internal combustion engine, gasoline, gas-powered engine. So he's saying like basically, even though it's only 160 horse, it's like having 200 to a gasser comparatively, right? Now, I know guys that have like 4 of these outboards strapped on the back of their boats, right? But if you've ever been in a Tesla or any electric vehicle, you get instant torque, and they're fast. They're super fast, man. It's instant torque. So on a boat, I want it. I want it real bad. Here's the thing though, 75 grand for that motor. Now, that's everything though. That's the guts. That's the whole battery setup. He said that's electrical system. That's everything you need if and when the kit system does come out. You know, so for boat manufacturers, the guys that are ordering, you know, like 1,000, obviously the price is gonna be way lower, I'm sure. But to me, looking at that, like, if you know anything about boats, dude, it's tons of money. It doesn't end. Not having to do oil changes, all the drama that goes with boats, you wouldn't even have to deal with it. You just have to plug it in at your dock. Yeah. How about this? They're also working on a 200 horsepower and a 300 horsepower version of this thing. I can't even imagine if you had like 3 of the I can't imagine, but if like you had 2 of the 300 horsepower ones, it's probably like having close to 1,000 of ICE. That boat is ridiculously scary, dude. I want it. I got this out of them. There are sizable groups of boat manufacturers that they will hopefully be announcing within the next couple of months. So boom, there's number 2 huge catalysts coming up. That's huge. So they've only actually admitted 1, I guess 2, because he told me about another one. Not sure if he was supposed to tell me that's the other one. We'll get to the other one. But the one that they've got a press release on is called Limestone Boats. I haven't had a chance to look that up yet. But he said they ordered about 1,000 setups of these things. But I asked him, I was like, so are you just like leaning up against limestone and hoping that's the one that's going to take you to Valhalla? And he's like, no, not at all. He's like, we're going big with this thing. And he's like, let me just say there's sizable groups of manufacturers that we're working with right now that are soon to be released, basically. And I was like, oh my gosh. Like, if he gets like one of the top 10-ish, maybe 10 to 20 brands out there using this thing, like even like bass boat stuff, like for fishers or even duck hunters and stuff, to be quiet, think about that, dude. Like, if they could get one of these sitting in Cabela's or Bass Pro Shop or whatever, this stock could go absolutely bonkers, multiplying easily. Because, like, you know, say one of the bass boat people gets to deal with them. I mean, we're talking 10,000 order, right? What's that brand carry? I've already said that they're stackable, so like you can pair up 2 or 3 or 4. I don't think you're gonna even need 3 though, ever. You know, 2 or 3. Also said, so this brand here, and these are sick. Look at this. Also said this brand Hellcats. Have you guys heard of this? They're outside of Miami. Boats outside of Miami is a dual outboard. So they're strapping 2 of the engines on the back of this thing, 2 battery systems, 2 electrical systems, all hooked up together. He said they're going to break the world record soon for speed on a boat. That's number 3, maybe 4 or 5 catalysts now. That's coming soon. That could make this thing pop. If they get it recorded, the Guinness Book of World Records, fastest boat, top speed. Now, this isn't just some jankety company either. These guys actually have a world record speed for, I think it's like a 28-foot boat. Hellcats does. So I can see the PR now. Hellcats breaks another world record, this time with electric motors. Electric motors, what's that? Who wants that? No one's going to want the electric motors until they're riding one, except for the hunters. The hunters are going to be all over it. But, you know, the big speed demon dudes will be like, forget that. But when they lose to one in a race, or they feel that low-end torque on these things, it's game over. So I called up Hellcats, because right when I saw this website, I was like, yeah, dude, this is the one I want. Give me this thing. It looks like some James Bond. You can see a sweet, you know, black and gold silver wrap on it, maybe a little bit of green or whatever your flavor is on there, right? And the back of this thing even looks futuristic. Anyway, like, this is a hole they make, right? So this is like a boat, and then like with them, they make custom boats. So right now, like, you can pick these 3 awesome gas-powered motors, but they're working on the electric version. And it's a wide-body catamaran, dude. Which means it does a lot better in chop, right? It's gonna be a lot more stable, which is great. That just means basically it's got 2 rails it's on. Think of that. Instead of just like 1 V or 1 flat bottom, it's got like 2 full rails that it goes on. So it'll break through a lot of chop. Here's the front end of it. I really want this boat. Look at this though. This picture right here. I think that thing is so sick, dude. Black out that window. Here's another core shell. You not want that boat? Am I going nuts? Yeah, like right here, you know, record for being the fastest, 30 to 44, 30 foot, 44 inch small tunnel catamaran. They have the world record. They hit 124 miles an hour, but that's with gas, and they're saying they're going to beat that with these 2 of these electric motors. That's big, dude. When you start breaking world records for speed, people start paying attention. Yes, we're talking about how they're unveiling here at the Ozarks on their little 22-foot boat, which is actually cool. I think it might do well there. If you don't know, here's a video of these Ozark boat things.
Missouri's Lake of the Ozarks is a man.
It's like the real deal where like this thing is gonna just do awesome. There's like tens and tens and tens of thousands of people that show up these things. There's like big, huge boat races. See, that's the type of boats we're looking at doing here. You know, strapping on a couple of those. And if you're racing against these guys, imagine if an electric guy came out and whooped all these gas guys on the race. Do you realize how crazy that's going to be? And then they find out there's stock. Some of the people here could afford the whole float of that stock. Like, I mean, these boats alone are like you know, $1 million, 850, 750, 650, you know. Anyone ever been to Lake Ozarks? Let me know. So the world record speed will be beat. And here is some more pictures of one of their completed boats that they have that you can buy right now, but it's gas. Again, this is just one manufacturer. We have the second one I haven't even looked at, and then we have all of the ones that are coming. So they currently sell for 285 grand. So these ones are 285. If you don't know that, to me, looking at this, like that's actually pretty low, because I think like competitive like cigarettes are like $500,000. So I'm totally speculating here that I'm sure the electric version might cost another 100 grand, which would still put it only like 385, which is still out of the competition. But then you didn't have to worry about all the gas or stuff. I think it's gonna be a big deal, dude. What else did he say? Okay, he also said that the dude at Hellcat said that the electric version of this, they're hoping to be done by the end of the year, like hopefully December. And then he said the public version to buy hopefully mid-summer of next year. You can order them one before. Pretty neat. Let's go back to main money here. So check this out. One of my friends sent this to me. Senator proposes incentives for electric boats. So on May 27th of this year, dude in Washington introduced a bill for fueling America's Security of Transportation Electricity Act, the Fast Electricity Act. I haven't even heard of that one. I don't know. But incentives for electric boats. So what does that mean? Remember we talked about like Polestar and Tesla, how they give rebates to people who buy electric cars. Well, it looks like they're trying to make it so there's basically cash back, thousands of dollars cash back you're going to get from buying an electric boat versus a gas boat. So who knows? I don't know if they base it on a percent. Maybe it's like 7% off, which is huge when you're talking about 100 grand or whatever. And again, we're talking like top dog racer boat here. All those other smaller boats, I'm sure, are going to be a lot less money, right? So don't think they're only launching on those. Remember, this is like a guts play for now, which I think is super smart. So right now it's going to be a guts plays for other OEMs. Then it's going to turn into a kit thing. So like, I could call up and be like, dude, give me two. I'm going to have two project boats. I'm going to make me whatever I want to make, right? Put one on pontoon and then put one on a super race thing, whatever, right? So anyways, this bill came along. Why are we talking about this bill? Because look what happened. So we had the regular IPO drama, you know, it's going up and then it just tanked. But then look at right here. So this line is like right when that bill came out, and this stock went from like $6.75 all the way up to like $12. So it almost 2x'd just off this article. And like, this wasn't even like, this is a big deal, you know, incentives back, but like, to me, this isn't like the best article you could get. Like, you know, if they make a deal with cigarette boats or Bayliner or, you know, some of the big ones, Formula, this thing could go absolutely bonkers parabolic. And it 2x'd off of that news. And we're below that right now. In fact, we're sitting at like the tapped in bottom, tapped it 3 times real good here on the daily, it looks like. So could it go even lower than where it's at now? Yeah, but if something's about 55% off, I see future growth. I don't ever see it going out of business for any reason. Totally don't. By the way, these guys are like front runners here. Okay, they're not like way behind like 20 other people. They're like, no one has an outboard that's 100 and something horsepower that's even coming out close at all. And these guys have one they're going to be driving in 2 days in Missouri. Okay. I'm super pumped. I had to hurry up and get this video out. I'm still not longing anything until, is that tomorrow? Tomorrow, Friday, until Pal does his little dance or sprinkle drinkles he puts all over everything. I'm gonna see how that goes, and then maybe next week I'm gonna be looking at these plays and then probably some mushroom plays. I have a mushroom video I'm putting out, but that stuff's starting to heat up. We've got some legislation stuff coming out on that. I like this one. It's such a small, tiny little floaty thing that if this thing can make it 2x, if this little thing here, it didn't mention them either, by the way. This article doesn't mention them specific or nothing, and it made them 2x. If this can make them 2x, I don't see how we're not going to 2x within a year or two. I'm cool with parking some money there. 2 extra money in a year or two. In my eyes, not too much risk because it's already 55% off. I don't know. You gonna join me on this one? You know what to do. You got to like, comment, subscribe to the video. It definitely helps out. Join the fam. We release these videos out super early so we can get better entries. Thanks for watching. Take care.